From Maryland to NBA phenom before the headlines, before the MVPs and the controversy, there was a skinny kid from Seat Pleasant, Maryland, quiet, long-limbed, and obsessed with the game. Kevin Durant didn't roar onto the scene. He grew into it. Slowly, deliberately, one shot at a time. Born on September 29, 1988, KD grew up in a tough neighborhood just outside.
As Houston Rocket, Kevin Durant.
That would be very fitting right now, yeah.
What does that feel like? It happened moments ago here at Fanatics Fest. What is going on?
Fanatics Fest is crazy. If you haven't been here and been tapped in, anything can happen at Fanatics Fest. Like me getting traded, but being a part of the Houston Rockets, I'm looking forward to it. Crazy last couple weeks, but I'm glad it's over with.
First freshman ever to win the Naismith Player of the Year award. Scouts couldn't believe what they were watching. A nearly 7-foot scorer, with a jumper like Ray Allen and the smoothness of a guard. But still, doubts followed him into the NBA draft. He didn't bench 185 pounds at the combine. He looked thin, breakable. The Seattle Supersonics didn't care. They took him with the number 2 pick in 2007, right after Greg Oden. It would turn out to be one of the most impactful decisions in NBA history. KD entered the league quiet, humble, and hungry. Rookie of the Year. Then the team moved to Oklahoma City, a new city. KD wasn't just the best player on the team. He was the team. He didn't do it alone. Alongside him came 2 more rising stars, Russell Westbrook, an explosive guard with fire in his veins, and James Harden, a crafty lefty with vision and swagger. 3 young players, 1 small market, big dreams. OKC wasn't supposed to be a contender, but they believed they could be. Durant led by example, no drama, no spotlight hunting, just buckets. By 2012, it all came together. The Thunder, still one of the youngest teams in the league, made a miracle run to the NBA Finals. They beat the Spurs, they stunned the league, and suddenly, Durant, Westbrook and Harden were standing face to face with LeBron James and the Miami Heat. It felt like the beginning of an era, but instead, it was the end of one. The Thunder lost in 5 games. Then in the offseason, Harden was traded, a franchise-defining mistake. Still, KD pressed on. In 2014, he had his best season yet, averaged 32 points per game, won the MVP, gave the most emotional speech the award had seen in years. "You the real MVP," he said to his mom, a single sentence that went viral, touching hearts everywhere. The injuries started piling up. Westbrook missed time, Durant missed time, and in 2016, they got so close, up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals, against the 73-win Golden State Warriors. 1 more win, and they'd be back in the finals. Joining the villains July 4, 2016. While most of America was watching fireworks, Kevin Durant dropped a bomb of his own. A Players Tribune essay titled "My Next Chapter." In it, he revealed what no one wanted to believe. He was leaving Oklahoma City to join the Golden State Warriors. The reaction? Instant. Explosive. Brutal. The Warriors had just won 73 games. The most in NBA history. They already had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. They were the team that had just come back from a 3-1 deficit to eliminate Durant's Thunder. And now, Durant was joining them. Fans called it betrayal, weak, cowardly, snake, cupcake, sellout. He didn't just leave a team. He left his team, the one he helped build, the one he had nearly taken to a title. The sports world didn't just criticize the move. It turned on him. Burned jerseys, booing crowds, death threats in his mentions. He was the villain now, whether he liked it or not. But here's the thing. Kevin Durant didn't make the move for fame, or followers, or to be liked. He made it because he wanted to play the game the right way. He made a choice. It cost him his image, his identity, his hero status. But now, he wasn't interested in being loved. He was interested in being free. Free to play, free to win, free to evolve. And he knew one thing better than anyone. Sometimes the right decision makes you the villain in someone else's story. KD fit in like he'd been there forever. Seamless ball movement, unselfish play, less isolation. more beauty. But when the playoffs came, something shifted. Durant didn't just join the system, he took control of it. In the 2017 NBA Finals, Durant was spectacular. 5 games, 35 points per game, elite defense, clutch buckets, and in Game 3, with the series hanging in the balance, he pulled up from deep, straight in LeBron James's face, and buried the dagger. A cold-blooded shot that silenced Cleveland and cemented Golden State's control. He was named Finals MVP. He'd reached the mountaintop, but something was missing: respect. Instead of admiration, Durant got asterisks. Of course he won. Then came the Twitter burner saga. Durant defending himself anonymously online. People laughed, mocked him, called him sensitive. But maybe he just wanted someone to listen, to understand that he didn't want to be hated. He just wanted to be heard. In Golden State, Durant played the best basketball of his life. He won. He led. He dominated. But no matter how high he climbed, the applause felt faint. Because every ring he earned came with a whisper, "Yeah, but," and that's what made this chapter so bittersweet. Kevin Durant had everything, except peace. Chapter 5, Broken, Rebuilt. The Brooklyn Gamble. In June 2019, the unthinkable happened. Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Warriors vs. Raptors. Kevin Durant had been out with a calf injury, but Golden State was facing elimination. KD suited up, knowing the risks. Just minutes into the game, he made a move. A simple crossover, and collapsed. No contact, just pain. A torn Achilles. For many, that's the end. Careers fade after injuries like that. The burst, the balance, the agility, all compromised. And yet, as Durant sat in the locker room, icing what was likely the most devastating injury of his life, he was already thinking ahead, not about revenge, about reinvention. Weeks later, he made another headline move, but this one felt different. Kevin Durant left Golden State, not for a championship-ready juggernaut, but for the Brooklyn Nets, teaming up with close friend Kyrie Irving. No super team already in place, no legacy franchise, just a blank canvas. For the first time since OKC, Durant was building something from the ground up. He sat out the entire 2019-2020 season to recover. No rush, no shortcuts. The doubters circled. Will he ever be the same? Is his career over? Then came his return. December 2020, KD steps back onto an NBA court, after 552 days away, and it was like nothing had changed. The jumper, pure. The handle, sharp. The efficiency, even scarier. Durant looked better, more methodical, more composed. The same killer, just more precise. Then came the playoffs. 2021, Round 2. Nets vs. Bucks. Kyrie goes down. Harden hobbles through every game. All eyes fall on Durant. Game 5. KD plays all 48 minutes. Drops 49 points, 17 rebounds, 10 assists. One of the greatest playoff performances in NBA history. He follows it up with 48 points in Game 7, including a miracle turnaround jumper that ties the game. Inches. That shot was inches from being a 3 to win it. The Nets lose in overtime. KD walks off, quiet, no drama, just tired. That was the moment the world saw the old Durant, not in numbers, but in heart, carrying a broken team, giving everything, and still, it wasn't enough. Brooklyn would never fully click. Kyrie's absences, Harden's exit, injuries, drama. But through it all, Durant kept producing, quietly, brilliantly. And though the Nets' experiment didn't end in rings, it revealed something more important. Kevin Durant wasn't broken. He had been rebuilt, stronger, sharper, and still chasing the one thing he never got enough of: respect. Chapter 6. Still standing. The legacy no one can define today. Kevin Durant stands as one of the most accomplished, most skilled, and yet most debated players in NBA history. He's a two-time champion, two-time Finals MVP, League MVP, Olympic gold medalist, and one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen. And still, his legacy sits in limbo, because with KD, It was never just about numbers, it was about narratives, and those never quite played fair. He now wears a Phoenix Suns jersey, hunting another ring with yet another chapter. He's 35, still averaging 27 points a night, still cooking defenders with ease, still pulling up from 30 like it's a free throw. Most players, this far into their careers, fade quietly. Durant remains a problem, but still, the questions linger. Why did he leave OKC? Do his Warriors really count? Why does he care what people say online? Is he really that guy? Maybe part of why Durant has always felt misunderstood is because he refused to play the role others wrote for him. He wasn't the classic hero, he wasn't the perfect villain, he was human, layered, complex, brutally honest, at times, vulnerable, at times, defensive, but always real. He never chased media approval, never played the politics, he just hooped, and hooped better than almost anyone who's ever lived. Durant's game is art, pure and efficient, a 7-footer with a guard's handle, a sniper's release, and a mindset carved from solitude. He doesn't need a system, he is the system. He's dropped 50 on champions, outdueled MVPs, silenced arenas on the road. But ask 10 people where he ranks all time, and you'll get 10 different answers. Because his legacy is harder to define than most. It's not neat. It's not wrapped in one city, one era, one storyline. It's messy. It's complicated. It's real. Just like him. And maybe that's the point. Kevin Durant was never trying to be your favorite player. He was just trying to be free. Free to choose. Free to evolve. Free to play the game the way he saw it. Still standing. Still lethal. Still chasing what matters most to him. Not validation, but peace. Because when it's all said and done, the question won't be did Kevin Durant do it the right way? The question will be, how many could do it like Kevin Durant at all? Kevin Durant at all. Kevin Durant.